LaTasha Bird. I'm 30 years old and I am a full-time student and a full-time teacher. I enjoy being able to make something out of nothing and turn something that was plain into something beautiful. And I know that's a God-given talent, so I just love it. What do you like least about yourself? Probably that I doubt my ability to do things, that I always compare myself to others, and that's something that I have dealt with since I was a kid. My biggest regret is allowing people to define who I am, to allow those things that are said about me make me feel like I'm less than or that I can't accomplish something. I've started to see myself through his eyes. I have more confidence in who I am, and I know that, statistically, if you were to look at my background and where I came from, statistics would say that I should have, multiple children or be a prostitute like my biological mother or be a drug addict or something to that nature. But because I chose to listen to God even when I didn't necessarily understand that I was listening to God and making those choices, He took me down a path, because everything in life is a choice, and He took me down the path that He has chosen for me. And so my life is totally different than what some people would have expected, and I love that because it proves how big God is. Because I didn't know God and His character, I judged Him according to my earthly father. And most people don't know I was adopted by my grandparents. So my grandfather was a very abusive man, and I used to see God like He was like this big guy in the sky that was like, oh, she's about to be happy, I'm gonna destroy it. And I know that sounds really harsh, but that's how I felt. He actually wants every good thing for us. And although sometimes it's hard for us to see it when we're walking through things, I know that He's always there. I know that He's my protector, my provider, my strength, my encourager. One of my most defining moments as a Christ follower was actually, I was probably like 14. Just a lot of bad things happened. Like I said, I was adopted by my grandparents, and my grandmother passed away when I was 9. So right after I became a Christian at a kids camp, I lost my mother in the fall. And that was also a time when I was walking through some very hard things, because something had been done to me that was inappropriate. And so going through that and watching my mother pass away, and then just being in this constant environment of, whether at school or with different people in my family, just the emotional and physical and sexual abuse was very difficult. When I was around 14, I was like, that's it, I'm done, because I was so tired of seeing people talk about God, and then those same people would be the exact opposite of who God was and His character was. I came home from school one day. It was an exceptionally bad day. I sat down on my bed after putting my dresser in front of my door, and I said, God, if you're there, I don't feel you. You have never done anything good for me. At least that's what I thought. So I don't know if you're real or not, but if you are, I'm about to meet you. And I took out the knife and started cutting my wrist. Next thing I know, there's a knock on my door, and my mom was telling me I had a phone call, and I'm like, just go away. I don't want to talk to anybody. And she's like, it's Sister Missy, you need to talk to her. And so she pushed the door open enough and threw the phone into me. And typically I don't talk to authority in a rude or angry manner, but I had enough. And so I was sitting on my bed, put the tissue on my wrist to stop what I had already started, and picked up the phone and said, "What?" And she said, "Tasha, darling, are you okay?" And I said, "I'm fine. Do you need something?" And she said, "God woke me up from a nap and said I need to call you right now because it was a matter of life or death." Long story short, that's when I knew God was real. Because otherwise, I mean, how would she know? How could she possibly know? Nobody knew. My family didn't even know what was about to happen. That moment when I felt like I was the most alone. And I really did not want to deal with life anymore, because there was just so much pain in it. That wasn't necessarily a pain, but like a physical pain. But it hurt so much. It's so deep on the inside. That's when God showed up the biggest for me. What would you say to the young women of this generation? You're not alone. And stop allowing the enemy to make you believe that you're the only one that ever gone through that what you do doesn't matter, that you as a person doesn't matter, because you do. And if he's telling you those things, then you need to believe the exact opposite, because he only fights those who are a threat to him. It may not feel like you're going to accomplish what you want to now. It may not feel like you're going somewhere in your life at this particular moment if you're going through something hard. But just hold on, because tomorrow's a new day. And if God has brought you this far, he's not going to leave you. He's like I said, he's always going to be by your side and pushing you forward. Don't ever let yourself get to that point where you feel so defeated that you're contemplating taking your own life, because there is nothing in the world that could be so bad that it's worth you not getting to live out your full potential and your dreams just because of what somebody else said or did. It's important for you to know that you are loved. Allow your heart to be open. Don't spend so much time comparing yourself to someone else that you forget what's so special about you, what is so unique about you, that you're worth more than rubies, more than anything. Just be you. Be okay with just being you. One thing that I absolutely can't wait to do is to rescue a child and get to help in the healing process of the broken pieces of their heart that they should have never had to experience in the beginning. I want to rescue a kid like I was rescued, and to adopt probably more than one child, and to just give them a place of safety and hope and joy and everything for the future. But that's my passion, is to rescue those who people reject and are deemed unwanted, and to just pour love into them.